Howdy! Today I've got a replay between Jimmy and DrSlavyan. I have never played against either of these, but I have seen DrSlavyan playing games. I think I may have played against him in 2v2. I don't recall. So it's Frost versus Shadow and a generated map. So this looks like it's going to be pretty bad for Frost because he's not going to be able to get a position to go tier 3. Because Shadow's going to get here first. He's going to mortar, or he's going to face tower. If he was fire, he can mortar. Mortar face tower is basically going to cover all of this. So this is a pretty bad map to be Frost on. Anyway, we're seeing 2 Jimmy replays in a row despite me not knowing who he is because he sent me some replays on the forum. I chose a couple. Okay, 2 face towers I think is too much. Wait to see if Frost commits to the attack before building a second one. Because otherwise they're just going to sit here binding 120 power for doing nothing. Right, so it's basically like taking an extra well since they're not doing anything. It almost would be less power. Yeah, probably be better just to directly take the well than to take these 2 face towers. Anyway, he's coming back. We're saying tier 2 pure Frost, and it's going to be tier 2 versus tier 1, and tier 1's not even going to have an extra well to compensate. Yeah, this. Okay, he killed one. That was good. And Slavyan has taken an extra well, so that's going to let Jimmy freely take a well and maybe even go tier 2 without too much of a disadvantage. He did play the Night Guard, so that's good. Night Guard's really strong against pure Frost. Yeah, and another face tower. Okay, so lots of face towers from Jimmy. I don't think I've ever seen a Mountain Ride before. So this is a unusual match. Are we going to get some kind of nasty here? No nasty, just attacking. Phase tower I think was built a little bit far from the base. He should have built it here so it'll be built faster, and especially he's trying to defend, not attack. So yeah. Okay, so far he's doing okay. He's got 2 ults and 2 Ls and just tier 1. So that's not a great position to be in. He's keeping the phase tower here because he's already built it and that defends the spot. But he's going to need to go tier 2 at some point. Ice shield tower from Slavyan. You don't usually see that in Pure Frost because Pure Frost has already ice shield. But I suppose it's not bad. It can be a very annoying playstyle to just have permanently shielded War Eagles, and especially if there's a card called, I believe, Ice Age, which makes your ice shields like last longer. Yeah, War Eagles are super good. Okay, we're coming to attack. There's the Night Guard. He might be able to get a swap off. See, because Slavyan took a pretty early tier 2, he doesn't have that much power. There's not enough void exchanges. Right, so is he going to freeze the Night Guard, or is they going to get swapped off? Looks like they're playing around. These guys should be up in front to prevent it. Okay, he froze, but the froze is too slow, and the switch gives off. He really wants to kill the Night Guard, so it can't come back. He screamed and missed, and shielded the Night Guard. Okay. And that's a gravity surge. This is a pretty unusual deck by Slavyan. I haven't seen something like this before. Okay, Jimmy has just gone tier 2. And he's playing bandits again. Shadow Fire. So the Night Guard's still there. And it's not that great to have an enemy Night Guard as bandits, because you do like to play Scythe Fiends and Wind Hunters and Skyfire Drakes, stuff like that. This port I don't agree with, because again, he's trying to defend, so I don't know why he just put port here so it'll die pretty easily. And Mountain Roddies have actually pretty good stats, I think. They're just not as good as everything else. So we're probably going to see this kind of swap get off. If it swaps though, this Skyfire Drake will die pretty easily. What does this even do? What does the Mountain Rod even do? Take 70 per, and it makes hostile units take 25 damage every second. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if that goes through ice shields or stuff. Anyway, Yeah, so the Night Guard is not trying to get the switch off because it could be easily erupted. I don't think Jimmy actually carries eruption in his deck, but he does carry Rage Claws, so that is a pretty interesting decision. Rage Claws are not that bad against Frost, because Frost usually doesn't carry a tier 2 as counter. Usually it's just the leftover Frost Mage from level 1. I think he's trying to save this guy. Usually it's leftover Frost Mage from tier 1. This could be nasty, or just Wind Hunter. Yeah, that'll work too. Yeah, I keep wanting to erupt, but I think since he plays Shadow tier 1, he doesn't play eruption in his deck. That Night Guard, okay, there you go, he's healing up. Yeah, okay, Mountain already dies. This guy looks like he's frozen. Okay, Gravity Surge on the Wind Hunter. So that is, in this matchup, I would say Gravity Surge is pretty good. Oh, it's because he doesn't carry Storm Singer, is why he's got Mountain Rowdy. Yeah, Storm Singer is really good. you should be carrying it in your deck. Yeah, and at this point, because he's getting close to the well, he's got a close base. Bandits can't do anything to get you off the well, so he can just push through and take it. Yeah. And now Slavyan has gotten his tier 3 spot. He could nasty this? No. Maybe he doesn't carry nasty in his deck either. Yeah, Rage Claws are pretty unusual, I would say. Because Nightcrawlers do a lot of damage. So, yeah. Bandit Spearmen are usually what they take as S units. This Night Guard is still around, maybe looking for a swap on the Wind Hunter. And well has been rebuilt. So it's still 2 wells to 2 wells, but Slavyan has dropped one of Jimmy's wells. Looks like this swap is, nope. Interception Nightcrawler. He's got these Rage Claws running around and still hitting the well, right? Because once he's got all these guys next to the well, it's pretty hard. Attacking the Ice Barriers I don't think is productive. He did get a swap off, but this guy's going to kill the Skyfire pretty easily. Alright, Home Soil is going to be very nice. Yeah, okay, maybe it won't kill the Skyfire so easily because of Home Soil. Yeah, I think he was hoping to get the swap back on this War Eagle. And there we go, an Aura of Corruption. This is Bandit's, like, save me card. But he can do so much damage, and this is not going to do any damage to the Frost Barrier. So at some point you can just brute force through it. Yeah, so that's what happened. Brute force through it. He did kill all the units, but now it's brute forced, and he has no ground presence, only the Wind Hunter. Slavyan could have spawned something in here. I think what he's trying to do is go tier 3 by the Ice Barrier. Personally, I would have spawned just, for example, Mountain Rowdy instead of the Ice Barrier to make sure the Wind Hunter dies, and go tier 3 maybe. Okay, he's taking a well instead of tier 3, and he's taking well here. That's 2 wells at once. Okay, base tower here is killed. It's now 4 wells extra to 2 wells extra. And the Wind Hunter is still alive. Not sure what a single Wind Hunter is going to do though. The Ice Shield Tower is for, I guess, defense. And tier 3 from Slavyan. This tier 3... Yeah, okay, here we go. Here's an attack. So Slavyan is definitely winning right now. But he took kind of 2 wells at once. And then the tier 3. So I think it looks like Jimmy is pushing in tier 2. Which is, I definitely agree, is the right thing to do. Rage Claws are hitting the Monument. I also agree with this because you really want to drop him down to tier 2. And also spreading the damage will... Okay, Avatar Frost. That's a terrible card, in my opinion. Yeah, splitting the damage here will make it difficult to heal one, so he's going to get probably either one of them, maybe both of them. Avatar Frost is bad. We've talked about how bad it is before. Good split attack here. Again, he's hitting the orb because he really wants to drop orbs instead of walls. Okay, and he did. Slavyan is down to tier 2. Avatar Frost, I think, is going to die pretty quickly to, Aura of Corruption. So he needs to run immediately. He can't push through this. There's a Skyfire Drake, and one hit's gonna kill him. Yeah, he killed this. He's not necessarily interested in keeping it. He wants to keep moving on his attack. This guy is still hitting. Another Rage Claws here would be good. And yeah, so Jimmy is back in the game. Skyfire Drake just by himself is not going to do anything because he'll get killed by the Ice Shield Tower. I think he realized that and he's running away. There's Rage Claws. And the Nightcrawler died just due to the orb. So there's a lot more power in Frost here defending this. Personally, I would take this opportunity to run away and hit him somewhere else and just keep hitting. But there you go. Here's the Rage Claws again hitting the orb. Right now, since he's back to tier 2, I would probably start going for wells because I wouldn't be so confident that he can get the orb down. Like, he's doing a ton of damage, but there's the Frost Mage. And you can't just keep hitting the well. Okay, I think he really wants to maintain this ground position. Skyfire Drake might have been better here. I didn't see what he used to counter it. Okay. Yeah, so now with this here, you can just focus down on this building orb. Yeah, I think he wanted... oh, that doesn't have much health left. Okay, here we go. This is good. This can kill the Frost Mage and let the Rage Claws actually do work. Okay, there's a Frost Mage, which this guy should kill. I think he should spawn maybe a Skyfire Drake, honestly. This guy's, they don't counter much except get also countered by Frost Mage. Alright, they're doing good work here. Ravage there we go, Ravage, maybe even Life Weaving. That'd probably be too much on one spot. Okay, and this drops, wow. Slavyan could have saved that and probably should have, but he didn't. Instead he was focusing on, I guess, getting some Lancers out. This might drop, honestly. I don't know. He should probably spawn a Nightcrawler and just nasty it just to make sure he goes down. Any building protects from Slavyan? Yeah, Eruption. This is why you like to have Eruption so you can burst it down. Okay, he used a Cobalt Drake very last second. This is all down. The Sky Elf Templar killed the Wind Hunter, sure, but is doing nothing against the Rage Claws, and you need to be at least trying to help repair the building. Yeah, so Slavyan kind of dropped the ball in tier 3, I'd say. He could have protected a little better, and the Avatar Frost was definitely a poor decision because it's just, you put all 250 power in one spot for an attack that can be countered by like 300 power with an RF Corruption and some units, and then those units can go attack you somewhere else. Meanwhile, you can't defend anything because you spent all of your 250 power, you know, in this one unit who's got to walk across the map slowly while you can be attacked in a couple spots at once. Yeah, Mount Rowdy I also don't think has been that effective. So yeah, so those are my conclusions from this game. I definitely think it's an interesting match. I don't think I've ever seen Mount Rowdy in a real game. And good job from Jimmy of taking that initiative and pushing. Again, I don't think it would have worked if Frost had played something besides Avatar Frost, right? Like if Frost played, I don't know, 2 Silver Wind Lancers and dropped a Tremor off, I think that would have been much more effective than the single Avatar Frost. But either way, that was the game. Hopefully it was interesting. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to link up the other game that I saw Jimmy play here in the end screen in just a second.